Hello everyone, once again I am here your Tapusar and you are watching my channel Aryan Roy and Make and you are enjoying your English 2 Oxford class. Hope so till now the chapters that we have completed you have enjoyed very much and you have understood each and everything and the classworks and the homework, question answers, everything you have written in your notebooks. Is it? Very good. And I have got a very good positive response, feedback from your side. Thank you everyone once again. And today the poem, the story that we are going to learn, first of all let me tell you that you will be very surprised to know about the author. Today we are going to read together a poem, The Storyteller, written by Nicholas Horsbach. Before starting the poem, you know very well that I would like to say something on the author, the poem Nicholas Horsbach. So let's start. So first of all I would like to introduce to you Mr. Author Nicholas Horsbach. Exactly who was this personality? This personality, Nicholas Horsbach. You will be very surprised to know that this person, he was an ELT expert. ELT expert. Sir, what does it mean? ELT, English language teaching expert. This person exactly was a very good teacher. I should not say was. He is a very good English teacher, though he was born and brought up in abroad. Then after completing his graduation, then he came back again in India. Then he started here his work, and he has here achieved a very good achievement in his life, a very good success. And very surprising thing about this personality that he has published the books in our school, standard 1 to 5, the Oxford, the New English Oxford, he is the publisher. Okay, and there also he has written so many poems and stories too that we know very well. So let's start the poem, The Storyteller. So first of all, I think we know about the word storyteller. What does it mean? Storyteller means a person who says story in a way when the listeners will be spellbound to listen all of this. Okay, a very good person, a very good man who knows the technique to say, how to say, what to say, in which mood to say. So the person who says story is called the storyteller, and you know that I don't know any stories how to say I don't know. So let's start The Storyteller, the poem written by Nicholas Horsbach. So stanza by stanza, line by line I have brought to you. Let's read once again, and so that we can get the message and the meaning inside the poem, what is there. First of all, what stories he told the children at the end of day, when tired of play, all bathed and well fed, they cuddled in bed. What stories he told them. So in the picture in your book, you can see there is an old man who is sitting beside the bed, and on bed some children are there. Yes or no? Yes. So the old man is telling the story to the children. Okay. And so let's start. What stories he told the children throughout the poem. When the poem has started until the end, we will just find out. So what the stories he has told the children, and he's saying the story to the children about what and in which way, and why the children are listening them. So frankly, I'm asking you, do you like stories? Yes, children will like stories, because in a story we go in another world, isn't it? So the children are very interesting. The children are getting too much interest to listen the stories. So what stories he told the children, and the time. So first the poet has told the in which time in a day the storyteller tells the story. The time is what? The end of day. Morning has come and gone. Then thereafter evening. After evening you have done your studies, then after tiffin whatever, and before going bed your dinner, and then after a very good habit that the foreigners they maintain, that is the bathed. So after bathed and well fed means the dinner, they have gone to bed to sleep, and they are doing cuddling means whenever you are sleeping we hugged each other like this. This is the habit of the little children. You can see hugged in the arms. The little children are doing hugged to each other, and they are teeth and teeth, and they are just waiting when the storytellers will start to say the stories. Okay, so once again, what stories he told the children at the end of day when tired of play. So during the whole day you have done your studies, you have done your playing, everything you have done. Now the time is there to sleep, but before that you want to listen the stories, and a storyteller is there to say you the stories. Okay, so when tired of play, all bathed and and well fed, they cuddled in bed, and what stories he told them. So first stanza, hope so we have understood. In the first stanza we can to know two things. Number one, the time in a day when the storyteller tells the story. Okay, it's the end of the day, and this time the children are very tired, because they have finished their all daily work. The works are what? Studies can be, playing can be. In your book, in your poem, this is mentioned that this is play, and they have done their bathed and well fed. Well fed means they have completed their what? Lunch, isn't it? No, dinner. Yes. So they have completed the dinner. Then thereafter they are on the bed. They are just going to sleep. But before that, they want to listen to the stories. Hope so. First stanza is completed, and the first stanza, one very good word is there. The cuddle. The meaning is written there. You can see the hug in the arms. Okay. Then after next. In the next stanza, what we can see? What stories he told the children? Their eyes open wide, with him by their side, they listened in awe to fables of yore. What stories he told them? So then again we are guessing the meaning of the stories, about what the stories the storyteller is telling. So let's read again. What stories he told the children? Their eyes open wide. When the storyteller is saying the story, their listeners, means the children who are listening to the stories, their eyes are becoming very bigger. Okay, they are opening their eyes very big, and they are listening. That means they are getting interest there. So their eyes open wide. Open wide means they are opening their eyes in a big way. With him by their side, they listened in awe. Awe meaning we can see they are getting fear, but in that fear respect is there. They are getting fear after getting the story, and they are giving the respect to the one who is saying them the story. If they don't give the respect, then the storyteller will not say them the story. So let's mixed feelings of respect and fear. Okay, so their eyes open wide, with him by their side, because the storyteller, he is just sitting just beside them. You can see in the picture, the storyteller has not said very far, isn't it? He has said very close. So with him by their side, they listened in awe. Awe means, I have told you already, to fables of yore. The stories are like what? The stories are like fables. Fables means a story where after listening the story, at the end of the story we get a message, very good moral message of yore. And the stories are of not now, is a very long story, very long past story, means once upon a time like this, a very time past stories. These are what stories he told them. So in this stanza we came to know that the children, they are opening their eyes very widely. Okay, they are opening their eyes very bigger, and because they are getting very interest, and what, and they listen in awe, means whenever they are listening, they are getting very interest, very fear. Besides this, they are giving continuously respect to the storyteller. Okay, and the stories are not very, what I say means a fresh story. This story is coming from the ancestral time. It's very past story, this is, but full of text. Okay, after this, the third stanza we are going to start. Hope so you are enjoying. Then after, what stories he told the children? Of shadows that crept while they suddenly slept. So the storyteller is saying the story. You can guess little bit with the background music that the story is full of horror. The ghosts, the stories these are, and the stories about the shadows that they are creeping, slowly getting entering the room whenever they go to sleep. When the shadow comes, and if this is a circumstance, they look at behind, something is there or not. Okay, so like this, whenever they are sleeping, they are just going to sleep, the darkness is there, no light is there, then at that moment one shadow is getting entered in their room. So just imagine today night. Okay, just think whenever you are going to sleep, is something there or not. Okay, having fun with you. What stories he told the children of shadows that crept, so that shadows that crept slowly getting entered while they soundly slept. Okay, they soundly slept. The stories are of phantoms, phantoms, the ghosts, the spirits, and phantoms that play. So at that moment when they have slept, at the time the shadow means the phantoms, means the ghosts, they have already entered in their room by creeping, and now they are playing in their room. Okay, if first they would not play, what stories he told them. So for that reason, if you want to get out from this situation, if you don't want that the ghosts they will come in your room, okay, by creeping, so for that reason there is a suggestion of the storyteller that we should pray to God we should pray to God before sleeping. Do we do? Okay, start today. So before going to bed, take a prayer to God, and if you say the good night and good night mom, good night papa, good night parents, that's also very good prayer, because the real gods are there. Then after the last stanza, I think, what stories he told the children, now they feel a chill, yet repeat them still. What stories he told them, now they feel a chill. Obviously chill means a shivered condition, sudden comes in mind. Okay, sudden you get fear, you are getting scared, like this the situation is like that, chill. So what stories he told the children, now they feel a chill, so they are getting scared. Okay, so the storyteller who is telling them the stories, he can understand that the children who are listening the stories by sleeping on the bed, they are getting scared. Despite that, the storyteller is continuing his story, he has not stopped. Okay, so yet repeat them still. So last day we have learned the meaning of the word yet. I think today you have no any doubts and the confusion about the meaning of the word yet and how to use it. Okay, so yet repeat them. So despite that, he is going on with the story, he is not stopping. To their young and old, and the storyteller, the story that he is saying to the little children, the same story he says to the young and old too. So that means the same story he's saying here, the same story he's saying the younger one also. Okay, they are also getting the same fear, the same scared they are also. Those stories of gold, and these stories are not so, what I say means that the stories are very precious, means the one listens this story, he or she also gets the same interest. The stories are compared with the gold, with the price, the stories are very precious. What stories he told them. So this was the poem. Hope so you have enjoyed the poem. So now the time is there for your side. Read the story once again, try to understand the meaning, though I have tried my level best to make you understand. So read the stories in a way so that any fill in the blanks, MCQ question inside the single line, one line, this type of short questions, so that you can be able to write the answer. And now the time is there to say tata bye bye, and the question answers I will discuss later. Bye.